Now that we've got our ground plane set up in 3D Max, we can go ahead and create all the lofting shapes. You're going to have several shapes in this case, all based off of one common loft path, and you'll see why, and it has to do with pivot points. But what we're going to do first is decide on where they're going to be, the common path. And for this track, since there is no dip in the center of the corners, it's just going to go straight off of the inside of the track, right where the track meets the apron. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a circle. It's a little different than how a lot of people like to do theirs, but this is like I said, the best method that I know, and it works very well for me. So I make a circle, go in the modifier tab and edit spline, and I'll break the top and bottom vert so that makes two separate elements there on the same shape. And you can see how almost exactly round this track is all the way around. It makes life really easy, especially for making a tutorial like this. The next thing we're going to do is create lines, top and bottom, for the center sections here. They don't have to be perfect, just make the two of them, because we will snap them and weld them in just a second. Grab the verts. What we're going to do is grab the snap tool. My axis is XY right now, but it doesn't matter because I have use axis constraints turned off. This is something that you're going to want to learn to use. 95% of the time you're going to have it off, but there's going to be occasions where you will need to turn it on. But then you just go and snap these new lines in, select these, see it's got 8 verts selected, scroll down and weld, and now it's just 4. The next thing we're going to want to do, just while I'm thinking about it, is click make first on one of the center sections. These center sections are going to have the full amount of banking on them, and it just makes more sense to have that be a constant path step number instead of over here where you'd have to try and figure it out, because it's going to be right around in here where the banking is transitioning from straightaway to corner is about right in here, this area here. So the way that these lines get made, you'll see that the Bezier draggers are different sizes, and they default now to Bezier corner. So you can just drag one, make them about the same size, then hit Bezier. The reason I do this is because if you don't, it comes out with different spacing between each face on the straightaways versus in the corners. Not really a huge deal on this track. Truth be told, the straightaways, once the banking is transitioned down, I could probably just have one flat plane this whole section to save polys. But for the purpose of this video, it's just going to go just normally how I do it here. Alright, so once that's made, we've got our loft path. We're going to go ahead and just name it, however you want, just to make sure. Loft path. However you want to do that. The next thing we're going to need to do is to go into Google Earth and get some more measurements for the track, surface, and the apron, etc., etc.